Another day, another batting collapse. Australia's top order unable to conjure up any rearguard action at Lords, going down to England by 347 runs. Winning back the Ashes now a distant dream. Michael Clarke's men 2 down in the series with 3 tests to play.
All eyes were on Joe Root's quest for a maiden double century, and the Lords boundary rope looked Australia's best chance of bringing him down.
It's just a little rope draw.
Johnny Bairstow didn't hang around as England chased quick runs, but even an early wicket couldn't help the confidence levels in the Aussie camp.
Dropped it.
Starved of strike, Root lost patience on 180.
Well, that's gone a long way up and caught.
The tourists finally put out of their misery, given a target of 583 to win, and it was a familiar pattern when their innings began. Shane Watson with a glimpse of class, but not much more.
That's close. That's very close.
Selectors not quite ready to send an SOS, but they might have when Graham Swan ripped one in his first over. The trouble for Australia, it wasn't the big turners that did the damage.
That is not the line to leave.
A definite head-scratcher for the Brains Trust, who were forced to endure yet another top-order capitulation.
Yes, thought so.
Usman Khawaja tried a different approach in a bid to counter-attack in a difficult situation, but the home side fired straight back with the Aussie captain's coat of arms given a touch-up. Not that he seemed intimidated.
He likes that, likes to come down the ground.
Michael Clarke and his younger teammate built a solid partnership with twin half-centuries.
It's a good shot. Just fractionally over pitch, but whipped away.
But just when they looked on top, England's batting hero stepped in.
Just there. And he's gone.
Joe Root with the most valuable scalp of his career, and he added Khawaja in his next over. The Aussies lost 3 for 2 in 4 overs before the tea break.
Is there an inside edge? Yes, the finger goes up. Immediately Stephen Smith reviews.
The all-rounder rightly sent on his way with hotspot in favour of the fielding side, and it seemed the third umpire also wanted an early finish.
There's a nick, full of length. He stands there. England appeal. I can't see a hot spot. Changed it. He's bemused.
As he should be. There's no hot spot on the bat. How can you give that out?
Brad Haddin's demise all his own doing.
How close is close enough? No reviews available.
Not everything went the home side's way, with Peter Siddle and James Pattinson both given lives. So England's #1 strike bowler decided to do it himself.
Oh, not with that. Not with that one.
The last wicket stand between Pattinson and Ryan Harris frustrated the home side, but just when the test seemed destined for a 5th day, Swan intervened in the final over.
Almost. Did he edge it and given it?
Adam Curley, Fox Sports News.
Well, the 347-run annihilation at Lords is Australia's 3rd heaviest defeat in terms of runs in our cricketing history. England in the box seat to retain the Ashes, leading the series 2-0. In the 136-year history of Test cricket, only Don Bradman's 1936-37 Australian team have come back from 2-0 down to win a series.
More than today, our first innings with the bats really let us down in this Test match. To make 130 or 125 in our first innings is not acceptable, not good enough, and against good opposition, you're going to find it extremely hard to win Test matches from that position.
And therefore, are you doubly worried about the workload that your bowlers are having to take on board?
I'd like them to be able to sit up in the change room and have a couple of days off. That'd be lovely, but unfortunately it hasn't been the case. So yeah, look, we're putting extra pressure and expectation on our bowlers. Our top 6 batting's got a lot of experience, or our top 7's got a lot of experience, and we haven't been performing as well as we'd like. I think the main area is the fact that once we lose 1 wicket, we're losing 2 or 3 in quick succession. So it's an area of our game that we continue to speak about. We need to get better.
It's obviously a bit of hard work. We thought we'd create the chances, and we just about got there in the end.
80-odd years, I think, since England won 4 Ashes Test matches in a row. That must give you a nice feeling.
Yeah, it does. Obviously we'll take on for these 2 weeks. We played some pretty good cricket. We've also had to scrap very hard throughout this game. Obviously been 30 for 3 both innings. People have had to stand up with the bat and deliver. Obviously Belly's 100 in the first innings and Ruchi's 100 in the second innings were under pressure at the start of their innings. So that was fantastic, and obviously the bowlers have done a great job in both these test matches. It was under pressure in that second innings. Obviously he's had a bit of success at number 5 and it's slightly different at the top of the order, but we all know what a great player he is. He's still got a huge amount of work to do, but he's the right character at the top of the order, and he's was a fantastic knock.
Just a word on Kevin Peterson. How serious is that injury?
Well, it's just a strain. Obviously, thankfully it's not a tear, so that obviously reduces it quite a lot. The recovery different. We'll just do what we always do, try and work hard on him, and hopefully he'll be fit for Old Trafford.